Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field. And then there was one game left. We were here, this being Wednesday, we were here Tuesday. We did two boys' games. We did the first of the girls' games. And now we have the fourth game of the 2023 Lynn City Soccer Tournament. And the final game, St. Mary's taking on Classical. St. Mary's in the blue, Classical in the white. Lauren Wilson in net for Classical. Kylie Kennison in net for St. Mary's. And we're underway. Classical has a couple, Pat Bazzoglu is back. St. Mary's has, he was a very good players that just stand out. Brooke and Brianna Maloney and Isabel and Sophie Skavikas, along with Bella Awumi. Bella Awumi is finally legitimate. She's finally a freshman. She was playing as a 7th grader, 8th grader, outstanding basketball player, coming off a back-to-back state championships. St. Mary's won 3 in a row. She was involved in 2 of them. Jessica Gambali is the coach of the Classical girls. Jim Foley, longtime coach of St. Mary's girls. Very successful. Shot from long range. Diving. It was going to go wide, I think, anyway. But Kennison wanted to make sure. She dove, got a hand on it, knocked it out. Classical will get a corner kick. I didn't mention in the first game, and I apologize for that. I should kick myself. They're collecting at the front gate. Everybody's admission. Whoever comes in, $5. And the reason for that is all of the proceeds are going to benefit the Ouellette and the Bagley families who had that tremendous tragedy in their family. I'm sure if they could have, if they had enough time, they probably would have, I'm sure they would have remembered the families of Essex Street and Lincoln Street killed in those horrible shootings. But this was planned long before that happened. Ouellette was a young man who played hockey and baseball at St. Mary's. He died in a horrible auto crash. And Mrs. Bagley died trying to save her son. Her son was in the water having trouble. She dove in, she saved him, but couldn't save herself. And she died saving her son. And a mother can't do any more than that, that's for sure. And I missed by saying Kennison was actually Lauren Wilson. I got confused with the jerseys. Wilson is wearing a blue jersey, and that's what caused me to think she made the save off Classical. She actually made the save off St. Mary's. She makes another one, and St. Mary's is going to wind up with a corner kick. So it's Lauren Wilson in that making those saves right now. She's an outstanding athlete. She's a 3-sport athlete. Obviously, soccer. She was not a goaltender. She got pressed into service last year when the Classical goaltender left, moved on. And she did a great job for Classical last year. And she's also an outstanding softball player and an outstanding basketball player. She helped Classical to have a 20-0 undefeated regular season. And of course, on the other side, we have Brooke Maloney, who helped St. Mary's girls win their third straight basketball championship. She was on the state championship for softball. And she's an outstanding soccer player as well. She's a three-sport athlete. Wilson with another save. Glasgow will kick it away. Jessica Gambali. I mentioned that the head coach, ably assisted by Casey Kennedy. Jim Foley has a couple. Kelly Halpin, Michaela St. Cyr from St. Mary's, graduated in 14, and Sam Charest. The athletic director around there is Jeff Newhall, who just was one of two to make it to the final in Ward 1. He's a candidate, possibility to be the counselor of Ward 1. He and Mr. Meany, I believe, are the two. They were like, I think there were 18 votes apart, and that was, I think there were 6 candidates. So we wish Jeff Newhall well in the final election. Glasgow trying to clear it, can't. They finally get it upfield. Skips away. Getting it back was Riley McGuire. She's back from last year too. Feeling out period in this first 6+ minutes. St. Mary's from the Catholic Central League, Glasgow, the GBL League. I still find it hard to say that after all the years in the Northeastern Conference. They give it back to McGuire. Her pass is picked off. Glasgow finally knocks it into the St. Mary's end. First time it's been there. Glasgow picks off the pass. It was blocked nicely by Brianna Maloney. They give it back to Kennison. The pass from Sophie Skabigas trying to get it up to Maloney. Popped up. Maloney walking in, gets it away. Can't get the shot off. When she finally does, it got blocked. And then they get the shot off and they get too much foot. They knock it up over everything out of play. I think that was Owumi. Maloney did a good job getting around a couple of people. When she finally got a chance to get the shot off, it got blocked, and then Owumi kicked it over everything. Skabikas gets around, down deep, knocks it out in front, by everything, over everybody. And it goes out of play. This will be the start of the season here on TV 15. Back to our sports ventures after a very quiet time. Shot from long range. I think that was Nason. Hard to pick up the numbers. Long lead pass. Wilson comes out, beats Maloney to the ball. Maloney's so quick. You think you got her and she blows right by you. High booming kick by Wilson. St. Mary's battling. They get it back. Right back in the classical end. To the near side. Skabikas had it knocked away. And it goes out. Off Skabikas. 10 minutes in to this first half. No score. The winner will get Lynn Tech in the championship final. The loser will get Lynn English. As St. Mary's makes wholesale changes. Right down the middle, cutting to the near side, walking right in. The shot might have gone wide, might have gone under the top post inside the crossbar, inside the near post. And Wilson got a piece of it and knocked it away. From long range, deflected out in front. Classical trying to clear it. And it goes out off Classical, another corner kick for St. Mary's. It's extremely warm down there, and it's extremely warm where we are up here in the press box. Haskell's still trying to get it into St. Mary's end, and they can't. St. Mary's keeping the pressure on. Haskell knocks it into the St. Mary's end, but the only one there was McGuire. And she knocks it right back up. Skabikas behind the back to Maloney. Up front to Sister Maloney. And Classical gets there and knocks it out. Classical clears it away from out in front of the net. McGuire knocks it right back. Wilson comes out of the net. It bounces away from the defender. She's there to grab it. Good hustle by the goalie, helping herself, and she'll kick it away. Another high, booming kick St. Mary's right back at it. Putting a lot of pressure on Classical. St. Mary's keeps it. Stops it from going out. Takes the shot. Wilson makes the save. Walking around, getting around. Knocked out by Classical. St. Mary's will get another corner kick. Trying to pick up the numbers as we go along. We believe it was Cameron Dunn, the young sophomore, who had those two shots that Wilson had to make saves on. And now St. Mary's are going to get a free kick from in close, from the 11-yard line. Classical will set up that picket fence. It doesn't give, you'd rather have it from further away, I think, because if you put too much foot to get it over that picket fence, then it's over the net as well. It's got to be more of a line drive. And they drill it through. It got through. It got ticked by somebody. It just kind of flicked off a Classical player. And luckily for Classical, it went wide. That was a screeching line drive that was going away, and it just got touched, maybe purposefully or maybe just by accident, but it got touched and it went wide. And St. Mary's coming right back at it. And it gets cleared away, it's going to go out of play. Gianna Parker ran out of room to go get it. And here we go again. Skabikas trying to get in. Classical trying to break it up. Knocked out. Knocked away by Classical. They're working hard on the defensive end, Classical. They haven't come even close. That's the deepest penetration. And they didn't have the ball. They were looking to get the ball. St. Mary's takes it right back to the Classical end. Skabikas pushes it, going to get it, throwing it across, off a Classical player, coming back to the near side. Classical takes it away. Nice little shift. And this is the deepest the Classical has it, and they knock it out of play. knocked out by Skabikis. Off, Classical out of play. And that goes out. We're halfway through this first half. No scores, St. Mary's and Classical. And this is a game normally during the season, there is no overtime, but in this game, there will be an overtime because somebody has to play in the championship final against Lynn Tech. So if the game were to wind up a tie, there would have to be a winner. They tried to give it back to Skabikis. It got broken up. McGuire ahead. Pass a little bit behind the intended receiver. McGuire again. Knocked it too far ahead. Tried to knock it down. Got too much foot. Knocked it ahead. St. Mary's blocks it. Classical finally breaks it up and knocks it deep. And they knock it out into the St. Mary's bench area. St. Mary's has got a roster of 22 players, but I don't see that many over on the sideline. There's a few. Now as I look, they're up and walking around. Classical only has 16. Classical gets the free kick. They try to get through. They get knocked off balance a little bit, lost possession. And St. Mary's knocks it right back to the Classical end. Classical knocks it deep. This will be the first time they get a shot off. Great effort by Classical. Great save by Kennison. And that was going down. First shot, legitimate shot on net by Lynn Classical. The defense was coming up. They were trying to get the shot off. And Kennison had to make a great save. First legitimate chance Classical had, first time they had it in their possession that deep in the St. Mary's end. I think it was McKenna Duncan. With that shot. again, hard to read the numbers. From long range, the shot goes wide. Glasgow's having a difficult time just sitting back trying to play defense and keep St. Mary's off the board. And then all of a sudden the ball popped loose, and we believe it was McKenna Duncan who beat everybody to it. The defense caught up, and just as the defense got there, she fired the shot. Kennison had to make a tremendous save. It was ticketed for the far corner, and it keeps the game scoreless. So with just over 15 minutes left in a scoreless first half, we got a timeout. Teams will come out of the timeout. 12 seconds over 15 minutes left in this scoreless first half. St. Mary's has dominated territorial-wise, possession-wise, but the best scoring opportunity was Classical on that falling down shot that we think was McKenna Duncan that Kennison made a tremendous save on. Skabikas can't get loose. They dump it back to the middle. Classical gets a head on it and knocks it away. And Classical clears it away. Blocked by St. Mary's. Taken away by Skabikas. And retaken back by Classical. They're going to try and save it, and they can't. It goes out, and that'll give St. Mary's another corner kick. Cameron Dunn will take the corner kick from the near side. Classical picks it off. They picked it off and it bounced up and got Classical on the hand. Is this going to be a penalty kick? Yes, it is. And I think it's Sophie Skabikas is going to take the penalty kick. So it was a tough break for Classical. Sophie's an outstanding scorer. It puts Wilson in a bad spot. She's in the net by herself trying to cover the Grand Canyon and stops Skabikas from getting St. Mary's on the board on just an inadvertent bounce. It bounced up and hit a Classical player in the hand, not intentionally, and it could cost them dearly. And it does, as she knocks it in inside the near post. Wilson, all she could do was guess that she was going to go to the far post. She went that way, and she guessed wrong. It went to the near post. So Sophie Skabikas, she's only a sophomore. She's an outstanding player. She played all summer long with outstanding teams. So Glasgow in a hole. Tough way to give up a score as Warren Wilson slides out to the 5-yard line and picks the ball up, kicks it away. Blocked. And St. Mary's takes it right back to the Classical end. Knocked deep. Wilson will come out, slide again, pick it off. I think that was Maloney hanging around, Brooke Maloney. Trying to knock it deep, Classical knocks it away. McGuire gets a foot on it. Done with it, has it knocked away. Hustling over his Hotch. They give it back to Hotch, it goes off a foot and out of play, and Classical will get the throw in. And we'll have substitutions for both teams. Wholesale changes for St. Mary's. They make 3 different substitutions. Bouncing around off the hand of Classical. Free kick coming. Knocked out by Classical. And here he's right back. Dunn coming right down the middle. Dishes it to the near side. Little switch. And couldn't get around. Got around the first one, but they got double teamed and had it taken away. Done with it. Out in front. I think that was Maloney. It bounced high. She tried to get a foot on it, and she kicked it wide. It didn't go right along the ground or the turf. It took a big hop, and she got her leg on it, but couldn't direct it to the net. St. Mary's again, right back at it. And it hasn't been out of the Classical end very long. Classical knocks it out of play. Classical pushing it up, knocking it deep. Hotch cleared away. Dunn takes it away. Now it goes out. Off Dunn. Battling with Tatiana Lazo. Classical knocks it out. That's the deepest it's been, except for that one shot Dickinson made the great save on. They're waiting for the substitutions. Now they throw the ball in. St. Mary's knocks it deep. Classical knocks it back. McGuire knocks it upfield. St. Mary's takes it away, but Classical takes it back and knocks it deep. Back checking from behind takes the ball away. Blocked by Classical. St. Mary's gets it back. St. Mary's pass picked off. And St. Mary's will let it go out of play. Off Classical. And St. Mary's will make a change. And sun has finally become a problem as it's moved over right in the face of everybody sitting on the press box side and right on the face of us up in the press box. It's making its way over so it'll sink behind the trees at Pine Grove Cemetery. Classical knocks it out again. McGuire will put it in play. Haskell knocks it out. McGuire will put it in play again. So it keeps moving a little closer with Classical knocking it out as the lights come on here at Manning Field. As it comes out of the pack with the ball, Classical knocks it away and clears it back. Trying to get a shot off. Had to settle for a left-footed falling away shot that went wide left and out of play. Long range, it got tipped, deflected, kind of rolled a little bit left, might have gone wide left of the far post. Wilson with the easy save. McGuire gets there first and keeps it alive for St. Mary's. Haskell takes it away. Haskell trying to get something started. Pass blocked. Down the near side. Classical trying to center it. It went off. A Classical defender goes out of play. St. Mary's will get another corner kick. It's been all St. Mary's. And it took a huge break to get them their 1-0 lead when a pass out in front inside the zone bounced up. Wilson makes a great play stepping in and picking that one off. It bounced up and got a Classical player on the hand, and now St. Mary's going to get called for a knockdown from behind. Classical player went down, and she's down. And the trainer hustles over. Ms. Gagnon does a tremendous job for all of St. Mary's sports. That was just a bang from behind. She went down hard. Just over 2 minutes left in this first half. But that one goal, it was that one break. St. Mary's dominated territorial, but they got a couple of shots off that Warren made the saves rather easily on. That's Sienna McLean. We hope she's going to be okay. She's one of the 3 seniors on this team. But St. Mary's couldn't really get a good scoring opportunity. They had a couple from a distance that got deflected, or that Wilson was able to make saves on, getting a good look at it. And then all of a sudden, the ball comes in from the side. It's in close, and it just took a bad hop. Bounced up, got Classical on the hand, and that allowed Sophie Skabikis to have a penalty kick. And you don't stop her very often, if at all. And she banged it home, and that's the difference. A tough break for Classical, but they only had one shot on net. We believe it was McKenna Duncan, number 8. It could have been number 18, Rachel Dana. It's hard to pick up the numbers. The ball was loose. It was either Duncan or Dana that hustled to the ball. The defense caught up. They took the shot from long range. It was ticketed for the far corner. And Kennison dove and made a tremendous save. At the time, could have given Classical a 1-0 lead. And that's been it as far as Classical's offense has been concerned. They can't believe it, they missed it. The centering pass came across, they were right there. All they had to do was just redirect it, and it would be 2-0. And that would have been a difficult shot, a lead to give up, and a difficult goal to give up with time winding down. But they just swung and missed, and it went out of play. Classical will kick it away with time winding down. They blow the whistle, and that'll be it. So that one penalty kick, tough way for Classical to give up a goal and give up the lead. But that one penalty kick by Sophie Skabikis is the difference in the game. It's 1-0 St. Mary's at the end of the first half of this second 2023 Lynn Soccer Tournament game. The winner we mentioned will get Lynn Tech in the final. But St. Mary's, it's anybody's game with a half left. St. Mary's leading at 1-0 over Classical. Welcome back to Meeting Fields. We're set to start the last half of the 4 games that have been played in the 2023 Lynn Soccer tournament. St. Mary's with that penalty kick by Sophie Skabikis, leading Glasgow 1-0. St. Mary's really dominated territorial-wise, and now we got a hand knocked away by Glasgow. They were running toward it, and they wound up, St. Mary's wound up pushing it away from Glasgow with their hand, and Glasgow will get the free kick. It wasn't much time spent in the St. Mary's end. Kennison had to make one big save early on that would have given Glasgow a 1-0 lead. Other than that, the ball has been in the Glasgow end the vast majority of time. McGuire breaks it up, gets double teamed, they take it away. Glasgow trying to make a play and can't. Bodies go down. It was Gianna Parker trying to get through a couple of people. She got by one, but then she got doubled up and couldn't get through the two. Coming down the near side. And that's Isabel Skabikis. Pass was a little bit behind Brooke Maloney. And Wilson will come out and get it and kick it away. As that sun is not really bothering anybody really right now. It's just settling behind the trees over at Pine Grove, and the lights are starting to take effect now. I'm watching teams line up to play. I'm assuming it's Kip. The Kip boys will be playing in a game next. St. Mary's. And we got a whistle for contact. The St. Mary's got knocked down, and they'll get the free kick. Not quite a corner kick. A little further out. They get it up. Glasgow has to kick it away. Wilson went in, did a great job, went up, had it, and dropped it. And she probably had palpitations when she dropped it. But the defense for Glasgow was able to kick it away. I think the Glasgow girls are coming. They'll be back here Saturday, but I think they're going to come right back tomorrow. And I think they have a game against Malden here tomorrow, their first league game. Woomy keeps it alive. They try to center it. Glasgow got a piece and knocked it out. Woomy gets the quick throw in. Maloney tried to center it. And Glasgow knocks it out again. Bodies go down. Glasgow's trying to clear it away. It can't. From long range, shot goes wide, right, and out of play. And we'll have a substitution for Glasgow. Glasgow will kick it away. Maloney looking for it. Glasgow knocks it out. St. Mary's will get another corner kick. Coming from the far side. They bring McGuire in. They didn't get it up. They kicked the line drive. Glasgow cleared away. They bring McGuire in. They look to get that high, loping kick out in front of the net. Have McGuire, one of the taller people out there, to hopefully get up and maybe get a head on it. Didn't have a chance that time because they kind of shanked it. Never made it to the net. Blocked by St. Mary's to keep it in. Getting around a couple. Getting around again. Still getting around. Shot finally blocked. I think that was Skabikis making all those moves. And when she finally got ready to take a shot, Glasgow was there to block it. But St. Mary's keeps it in. They tip it. St. Mary's hustles and keeps it in. Glasgow trying to clear it away, kick it into the St. Mary's bench area. What a rush. They move it upfield. Getting by. Knocking it deep. St. Mary's defense is there to knock it away. Maloney down the near side. Her centering pass gets blocked. St. Mary's takes it away. Shot from long range goes wide left. Taken away by Skabikis. Maloney with it. Gets around. Out in front. And they got a foot on it. That was Sophia. Or Sophie Skabikis. Got a little too much foot. Knocked it up over everything and out of play. Blocked out in front, never got to the net. St. Mary's keeping it in. Mary's picks it off. Nice move by Parker. Doesn't stand. St. Mary's in long. Had a little shank, looking to kick it upfield. They wound up kicking it off to the right and out of play. 10 minutes in to the second half. St. Mary's on top 1-0. Wilson, way out of the net, kicks it out of play. Maloney. They kick it way to the far side. There's nobody there. They'll let it go out of play. The wait is for substitutions. They finally break St. Mary's up. Classical takes it away. Pocket deep, but there's only one Classical player there. St. Mary's easily takes it away and gets it back upfield. Kavikas down the middle, broken up. Maloney battling, winds up with it. Hodge battling with Parker. They both go down, and they're going to call Parker for taking Hodge down. St. Mary's is going to put that in play, and the referee said, no, went off you. Pass, tough pass to make that far across field. St. Mary's picked it off. Here's Maloney looking for a shot, gets it on net. Wilson makes the save. Maloney falling away from the net at a tough angle, got it on net. But Wilson had an easy save. Hustle knocks it deep. St. Mary's breaks it up. They've got Parker virtually downfield by herself looking for long passes. As a shot from long range, easy save for Wilson on the first hop. St. Mary's takes it away. They knock the Glasgow player down, no call. Big hop. Parker gets control, but she's all by herself. She's 1 against 5. St. Mary's easily shuts them down and takes it right back. Picked off back. They knock it deep. Wilson will come way out of the net, out across the 5-yard line, pick it off, and kick it away. 15 minutes in to the second half. Still 1-0 St. Mary's. Dunn with a nice shift, breaks through again, still with it. Tries to cut through 2. They finally knock her away, knock the ball away. Probably wishes he took the shot a lot sooner. Also knocks it deep, but there's nobody there. And St. Mary's takes it very easily right back. Kabika's broken up, taken down. No call. She gets up, gets taken down again. She's still with it. They finally blow the whistle and they call it against Kabika's. She got knocked down twice. Mary's done everything but put it in the net. Maloney broke it up. She gets it back. Tried to center it, got blocked. Glasgow trying to boot it away, couldn't. St. Mary's comes up short. Never got to the net. Went out of play. Off to the right, behind the net. Glasgow will get to kick it away. The Glasgow player kneeling or down at the 10-yard line. Wilson went out to check on her. I think she's going to go to the sideline. They make a substitution. Again, I apologize. I can't make out the number. St. Mary's picks it off. Skabikas lines up the shot. Wilson with Maloney bearing down on her. Rolls down and picks up the ground ball, and she'll kick it away. Off Awumi. Glasgow picks it off and winds up with it. Still with it. Shot goes wide beyond the net, go out of play. Glasgow will get to kick it away. And they kick it upfield. Hodge picks it off. Back to Brianni Maloney, who's back there playing defense. She's got it back again. And maybe saves it from going out. This is the deepest Glasgow has had it and had possession of the ball as it's knocked out. Glasgow will get the throw in. St. Mary's knocking it deep. Knocked deep again. Glasgow gets there first and knocks it out. Bouncing around in front. Wilson will come out between everybody, plays it on a hop, grabs it. She'll kick it away. High, booming kick. St. Mary's fans on the kick. Glasgow kicks it upfield. And St. Mary's picks it off. And you take it right back the other way. Long pass down the far side. Trying to center it. Nobody home. Kennison makes the easy play. Glasgow kept it in. He knocked it toward the net. And Kennison, other than that one great save she made, I think that's the first time she touched the ball. Glasgow will get to kick it away. We got the Kip boys warming up and running around the stadium. It's going to be a while before they get to play. Maloney with a nice little shift. Her pass picked off. Broken up by St. Mary's. Bodies go down. Glasgow winds up with it. And St. Mary's clears it away. Blocked. Blocked again. Down the middle. Glasgow breaks it up. Hodge hustles and gets there. Tips it down. St. Mary's trying to walk around, trying to get a shot off. Trying to line it up. They take the shot. Looking for the far post. It just went wide. Just went wide. Subs for both teams. Glasgow just can't get any offense going. I'm getting tired just watching the Kip boys run around the stadium. This is their second tour around the entire place. The team they're playing has gone back to the locker room. Wilson will kick it away. Down to the final 15 minutes. So this will be a very tough loss for Classical, knowing that defensively they played very well. They gave up the one goal, but it was a penalty kick on an inadvertent bounce that bounced up and got Classical in the hand and had to be in the zone. So instead of a free kick, it turned out to be a penalty kick. Sophie Skabikas banged it home, and that's the difference. That was in the first half. St. Mary's has dominated territorial-wise, shot-wise. Classical's been back on their heels playing defense virtually the entire game. And all that pressure finally pays off. We're still trying to figure out. It's amazing. As soon as they score the goal, everybody surrounds them. So it's hard to pick up the numbers. And at the same time, one of the Classical players got hurt, went down, and actually they were trying to help her off, and she wound up getting a piggyback ride by one of the assistant coaches. They're saying that Bella Awumi, or they're saying actually it was 11, Rita Rouse, who was hurt. I thought they were telling me 11 got the goal. They're trying to find out who got the goal. With a maze of players out in front. Shot, hit the top crossbar. A great save by Kennison on Maloney. They took the shot, it hit the top crossbar. It came down, it laid in front, wide open net, and Kennison made a tremendous save. Excuse me, Lauren Wilson made a tremendous save. Out in front, ball bouncing, Dunn couldn't get a foot on it. So all that pressure by St. Mary's, as it did in the first half, pays off here in the second half. And St. Mary's now has a little bit of breathing room, leading 2-0 now. This little fake by Dunn to take the ball away. Maloney had a chance, didn't take the shot, and has it blocked away. I think she probably wishes now she took the shot. St. Mary's School had a scare today. They shut the school down. More gunfire. That's all they know. They shut it down because of shots fired. I hope to God nobody got hurt again. Hopefully no more people dying. They knock it home. It rolled off and rolled onto the foot of Brooke Maloney. They were trying to line up a shot. I think it was Skabikas. And it finally rolled off her foot and rolled right to Maloney, who just banged it in. Wilson had no chance on the play. She banged it in inside the far post. And this one is just virtually in the bank. 2-0 was tough overcome with the offense that Classical's been limited to. They get the shot off, it goes high, wide, and out of play, falling down. I think that was Skabikis. Maloney with it. Boot away. I mean, it's tough for Classical when it was 1-0, because they haven't had, with the exception of one shot that Kennison made a tremendous save on. And we mentioned that was either Duncan or Dana. It was either 8 or 18. We couldn't tell the number. That's been it. Classical hasn't come close. Kennison's had an easy night. She could have bought a ticket. Skabikis trying to keep it in and does. Now it gets knocked out by Classical. 10 minutes and counting left in this one. And we're going to have identical championship finals. Tech and St. Mary's in the girls. Tech and St. Mary's in the boys. Awumi and Hodge battling, each one trying to give it to the other. Awumi steps in and takes it away. Lead pass, trying to center it. Wilson comes out, picks it off, and will kick it away. That's Brienne Maloney picking off and bringing it back. Those deep defenders, the St. Mary's, have not had to do much. And Wilson comes out and kicks it away, kicks it out. And Hartz will put it in play. Skabikis gets it back. Trying to turn around. Shot missed to the near side. Had to go with the left foot. So I guessed that it was Brooke Maloney that got that second goal. And we verified it talking to the bench. It was Brooke Maloney. So she's got 2. Great save. They turned around. They thought they had an easy shot. Dead center, right in front. And Wilson just slid and blocked it and knocked it away. She's been outstanding in net. That was point blank range and looked like this is easy pickings. I'm just going to bang it home. And she come out and just swallowed up the kick. With both teams being Lynn, I'm not really rooting, but she couldn't block that one. She came out of the net, moving away, and I think that's Skabikas. That will be Sophie Skabikas getting her second. Wilson was coming out of the net, going from right to left. Skabikas, from about 5 feet away, just knocked it up under the top crossbar over the head of Wilson, diving to try and make the save. And that is going to be all she wrote. Maloney trying to walk in, her shot gets blocked. We're in the final 5 minutes. The clock is off now. The clock will be manned by the officials down on the field. So Maloney with 2, and Sophie Skabikas, because there's 2 of them, and there's actually 2 Maloneys too, get 2 apiece. And that will bring St. Mary's boys and girls into the championship final of the 2023 Lynn City Tournament. Classical has not been able to get any offense at all. They had one shot when it was 0-0 that Kennison made a tremendous save on. Other than that, they haven't been close. The ball has been in their end of the field at least 90% of the time. And when Classical did get it out and get it into the St. Mary's end, it was there only momentarily. St. Mary's took it away and brought it right back to the Classical end. Slipping, but getting it back, centering it. This is Maloney from long range. It was one Maloney. Brienne taking the long shot. Wilson made the save, and sitting right in her lap was Brooke Maloney, looking for a rebound and looking for a hat trick. And it goes out off St. Mary's. They blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. So Kennison gets the shutout in net. Classical. And you know, like I said, I root for all the Lynn teams. I like to see all the Lynn teams win. I'm kind of glad St. Mary's got at least one more goal, because I would hate to see Classical lose on that one penalty kick, the one mistake. And it wasn't really a mistake. It was just an errant bounce that bounced up and hit a Classical player on the hand. It gave St. Mary's a penalty kick. Skabikas knocked it home, and for a long time it looked like that might be the difference. And you hate to see a game ended and won that way, especially if you're Classical. And so St. Mary's adds 3 more in the second half. 2 by Maloney, that's Brooke Maloney, and another one by Sophie Skabikas. They both get 2 apiece. It winds up 4-0 St. Mary's over Lynn Classical. It will be St. Mary's taking on Tech, so it's going to be both St. Mary's teams taking on both Tech teams in the championship final on Saturday, and we're going to have double Thanksgiving in September with English and Classical, both the boys and the girls doing battle against each other on Saturday. But in this one, St. Mary's will go to 1-0 on the first game of the season. Classical will drop to 0-1, and Classical will have to get right back into it because I think they're back here tomorrow night in a game here at Manning Field. So right off the bat, they'll be right back here looking to get back on the winning track. So St. Mary's dominated. They didn't let let Classical get going at all. The one shot, it was either McKenna Duncan or Rachel Dana. We couldn't tell whether it was 8 or 18. And Kennison made a tremendous save, and that was the only thing that got Classical going on offense. They spent virtually the entire game in their own end trying to defend and keep St. Mary's off the board. But 2 by Brooke Maloney, 2 by Sophie Skabikas. St. Mary's wins the second game on the girls' division, and we've now all set up now for Tech and St. Mary's in both the championship rounds and English and Classical in both the consolation rounds. So in this one, it's St. Mary's 4, Lynn Classical 0. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.